Hi my lovelies, I'm Jen and this is Crifty Crafty.
Hi my lovelies, I hope you're all well. So today we're going to try out different fabrics in our maker machine with the rotary blade. We're just going to do a simple star, and I just want to kind of see how well it copes with the different fabrics. So our first fabric is quite a tightly woven kind of thick felt, and that is really rigid, so that will be an interesting one. I've got some fleece here, really fluffy, and again it's quite thick, so I can't wait to see how that cuts. I've got a really funny kind of, it's a mixed material. It's got lots of glitter in it. It feels very velvety, but when you turn it over, it's almost very light, a bit like lycra. So I'm not too sure on this one. We've got a kind of satin silk material. It's not silk, it's very, very thin and very flimsy. So again, I can't wait to see how this holds up. I think it's kind of like a satin silky cotton. I've got some really, again, really rigid canvas, and I've got a more flexible canvas as well. And then I've got a really thin sort of craft felt. So we're going to give all of those a go and see how they kind of hold up. As I say, we're only doing a shape. We've got a star which measures at 3 inches by 3 inches, so not particularly large but not particularly small either, and we'll see how they all hold up. So we're going to cut the quite rigid and thick felt first, and I've just put this on the felt setting, so we'll see how it kind of goes, but I'm quite hopeful, so let's see how this one turns out. So we've loaded our mat with the felt. We're going to go ahead and press cut. But I just love the way the blade moves. It's just mesmerising. So we're going to go and unload the mat. So we've unloaded our mat, so we're going to go ahead and just very gently, oh my gosh, wow. That's amazing. So I just want to show you the outline of the cut first, and that has cut beautifully. And then if we just pull our star up, I mean, look at that. That is just amazing. That is brilliant. That has actually cut a lot better than I thought it would. So that was on the felt setting, and this machine, every time I use it, and I've only had it 24 hours, it is just blowing me away. I can't believe that. I think that's cut really well, but we have got some trickier fabrics. So we're going to go ahead and do the next one. So this time we're going to use the fleece. Now the fleece is quite thick, and it's very, very fluffy as well, and I've just put it on the fleece setting. That would be my natural assumption, that fleece would cut on a fleece setting. So we're going to go ahead and load that, but as I say, it's really quite thick. So we're going to go and load the mat, and it's gone under the rollers, no problem. And come back through again, no problem. So that's really positive. So we're just pressing cut, and I just want you to look in the corner to see the blade do its beautiful little dance. So we're just going to unload our mat now. So again, we're just going to very gently peel this away, and again, it has cut that beautifully. I just am in awe of this machine. I mean, that is just amazing. I can't believe how beautiful it's cut that. I don't know if you can kind of pick up, but that's actually quite thick and fluffy, and that has just cut it without any problems at all. So again, really impressed with that. So this is a tricky fabric. This is the kind of velvety glitter that's very much like lycra. So I've gone through the material settings and I've decided I'm going to go for a plush setting. I think that's as close to it as because I don't really know what it is. I've got so many different fabrics. So just kind of feeling it and giving it a guess. We're going to try it on the plush setting, but it's really, you know, it moves all over the place. So I do feel that this is going to be a bit of a challenge. So we'll see how it turns out. But as I say, we're going to cut it on the plush setting. So we've loaded our mat, so we're going to go ahead and cut. And it's on the mat, but as it was going through the rollers, it's kind of puckered a bit. But I want to carry on with the cut because I want to kind of see how the machine copes with it, because it is a real movable fabric. See, it is moving as it's cutting. So it'll be interesting to see how well it cuts it. So we're going to unload. And there is a slight, I can see there's a slight uplift, but we'll unload it and have a look. So I can see that it's lifted slightly, but as I say, it is a real movable fabric. So there's a few bits that are kind of, well, they're not stuck, but they just need pulling a bit. But that's obviously where the fabric's moved, and there, but it has cut, and actually that is pretty perfect. Again, I'm kind of blown away, because that is not an easy fabric at all. I just think that that's amazing. I think that's cut beautifully, and yes, I did need to kind of prise it, but when you look at it, that I just think that's brilliant. I really do, because that is really stretchy and flimsy and movable. So I'm surprised at just how well that's cut, but it has, and it's cut it beautifully. So you can't really ask for any more. So we're going to move on to the next tricky fabric, which is the kind of satiny, silky cotton. I just want to show you just how kind of tricky this fabric is. It is so thin and flimsy, and you can see it's a real frayer. So when it cuts, it is going to fray. I can guarantee that straight away, but we'll put it on our mat. Now, funnily enough, I've just been through and there is a satin silk setting. So I described it as a satiny silk, so that's what we're going to cut on. But I think it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. I think it's going to fray, I think it's going to move. So we'll see how it turns out. So now I've put it to the mat, I just wanted to show you what I mean by it's a fraying fabric. As soon as that cuts, it is going to start to fray. But you know, we're just going to try and see how we get on. So I'm going to I've set it to satin silk, so we'll load the mat and then we'll watch it cut. I'm not sure on this one. I think this is a really tricky, not particularly nice fabric, so we're just going to unload the mat. So it's definitely cut, but I suspect that when I start pulling it away, it's going to start fraying, but we'll wait and see. So I'm just going to very, very gently start going in, and already that is starting to fray, and there's a little bit of a catch there. So I'm just going to go in with the scissors, and I expected that, because this is, see, that bit's cut really well, that bit's cut really well, that's fraying slightly. That has cut a lot better than I actually expected it to. I think that has cut really, really well. So I just want to get my tweezers and very gently lift that up, because that is going to start fraying as soon as you kind of lift it. So I just want to do that as gently as I can. Again, I mean, yes, the fabric is fraying, but that's a fabric problem, not a cutting problem. That's the fabric. I did say it was a really horrible fabric. The maker and the rotary blade have cut it 100 times better than I actually thought it would. I thought it would end up as a puckered mess, to be honest with you. I am really impressed with how it's handled that fabric, because that fabric is really tricky. So again, absolutely blown away. This is the other felt that we've got. Now this is different to the felt that we used before. This is a lot thinner, it's a lot more flexible, but it is a felt, so I'm going to cut it on the felt setting. It's thinner, I would say, but we'll see how it goes, because as I say, it is a felt, so it should cut on the same setting. So it's just doing its little warm-up dance now, and I just want to get the blade movement again, because it's just magnificent to watch the blade go. I love watching it. I could sit and watch the rotary blade all day, I really could. So we're going to go and unload the mat. And I can tell straight away that that has cut absolutely perfectly again. No problems whatsoever. Perfect star, absolutely beautiful. So next up we've got the first of our two canvas materials. Now this is a very lightweight, very flexible, quite flimsy, and you can see it's a frayer, it's another frayer, but it is a canvas, so we're going to cut it on the canvas setting, and then the next one we're going to cut on the canvas setting as well, but it's a lot heavier and a lot more rigid. So again, it will be interesting to see how two very different types of the same material cut on the same setting. So I'm just going to go in and very gently peel away, and there has been a bit of uplift. There's a little snag there, but again, that has cut exactly as it should do, absolutely beautifully, perfectly formed star, just amazing. So that is a lightweight canvas. This is now going to cut, and as I say, it's a lot more rigid than the other one. It's definitely a heavier canvas, so we'll wait and see how it kind of cuts, especially on the same setting. So I'm going to go and unload, and straight away I can see that that has cut absolutely perfectly again. There's a little bit of kind of uplift, but that hasn't affected the cut at all. So I'm just going to come in and again just very gently pull away. There's a little bit of snag there, that's fine. Again, that's cut absolutely beautifully. Amazing. I am absolutely in awe of this machine. I just think it's amazing. I'm shocked at how well it's cut all these different materials. So I have got some denim, and we're going to do that as our last cut. Denim is quite a heavy material, so we'll see how it kind of copes with that, but I don't think it's going to have any problems whatsoever. So we've got our final piece of fabric, which is the denim, and I've put it on the denim setting as well to cut. So we'll see how well this cuts. And I just want to zoom in and get the blade again because I just think it's so beautiful to watch. So again, I'm just going to very gently peel back. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Again, this machine is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's just so versatile. I mean, that, you know, it's denim. So I think I'm in love with this machine. The rotary blade is just out of this world. I cannot wait to get stuck in with the patterns. Christmas makes are going to be brilliant. So really, really excited, and we've got a lot that we can explore on the machine. So I think this has kind of shown just how versatile it is, and I definitely need to try out some other materials as well. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, follow and leave any comments, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye!
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Please do subscribe, like and comment below. Bye!